Hey everybody, I hope you're doing great. I've got a 30-minute session I'm doing for a client today. Going to be sharing distance, psychic wisdom, and energy healing for them. I'll read the goals here in just a moment. They are open, so it's going to be a bit of a surprise on what comes forward in this experience today. Big thank you to the client. So wonderful to connect with you again, and thank you for sharing with us here on YouTube. There's a lot that we're going to learn from you. Can't wait to see what it is. So I'm going to read your goals. Then I'll close my eyes, get in the zone, and we'll see what comes next. Okay, so you say, I intend and open myself up to receive that which is for my highest, most loving good. Just what I need to hear from Source, the universe, my guides, extraterrestrials, angels, or what have you. P.S. Last time, I was the one with the detective higher self. Okay. I love that. Higher selves, they can mold and shape themselves as the persona that they need to be at the time. And that's going to be for your highest good message. And higher selves can have many representations of themselves. I'm curious to see, is there going to be an emanation like coming forward here, a soulmate of some kind, angel, higher self, God's presence, anything like that? I'm curious to see if that is going to be part of the experience, or if I'm going to be called, down the rabbit hole to take a look at your energy field, do some healing for you. I'm not sure, but I love that this is an open door and for your highest good. Okay, here we go. Gonna get in the zone now. Okay. All right, energetically, I'm getting pulled downward, and going downward is kind of comfortable. I don't feel like being slammed down into this dark place. I'm just gently going down. And yes, it is a dark place. There's a lot of shadow here. Hard to see. I'm watching myself going down into this place like I'm on an invisible elevator. And it's strange. It's almost like I'm on the floor. My feet are on the ground here, but it seems like a couple inches distance. So if the air could be the floor, slightly avoiding actually feet on the ground. And it does feel like I've landed. I'm on the ground, but also not. I'm watching this happening. This is complicated. I have this observer, then watching this reflection coming down. I'm guided to this space down here in the shadowy area, and it's very cave-like, underground, hidden space kind of vibe to it. When I go to merge with myself, I can't. There seems to be a barrier here. Every detail matters. So I have to understand why that is. And my guides tell me, almost like, just be present where you are, and then open your eyes where you want to be. That's an interesting thing to say. So I do that. And I open my eyes where I want to be, which is, well, feet not quite on the ground, but behaving like they are on the ground. Wow, this is a place full of hidden things. For your highest good, I am guided to a place of hidden things. This place itself is a hidden thing. Everything is in the dark here. So perhaps you're wanting to truly see something inside yourself, or see something in your soul, see something from your timeline that is out of reach for your sight, out of reach for you, that I could reach it for you somehow. I don't know what to make of it. Why are my feet not on the ground? That's a detail. That is such a random detail. That never happens. I see seems like one child, but it duplicates. And there seems to be wisps of the same child. And this child is on hands and knees. Seems to be playing on the floor. And it's over here, it's over here, it's over here, it's over here. And it's always like wisping around. Okay, there's a really creepy. I need to look at this. Do you need to look at this? Okay, so I'm going to say that you are the one that doesn't have your feet on the ground. I am the observer. I'm just helping to create clarity here. So here you stand in the place of hidden things. Now, I notice this is tough, okay? There is an image of a human being. Just one of their legs is tied to a rope and they're hanging upside down and their belly is cut. And then there's blood that drips. It's not like their guts are dripping, like coming out. It's just the blood that drips. And so there's blood actually dripping now down into here as there's this person just hanging upside down up there. Okay. This could be hidden things that need to be healed. Hidden things, the darker side of things. Hard to swallow kind of stuff. I'm helping you to feel your feet now on the ground. It's safe to be grounded here in this dark hidden place. It's safe to hear the sound of the dripping blood. It's safe to be perplexed by what we can't understand. We don't know why this stuff is presenting itself. And we're going to figure it out. We're going to solve this puzzle. We're going to be detectives. Detective higher self, we need you. All right. Okay, another thing I'm noticing. I'm in multiple places at once. So I'm also interpreting you, just a part of your being here. I'm also kind of beside you watching and looking around. I'm also outside this space, looking into this space. This is all about lack of clarity. So even for me, it's challenging. Because even I'm in the dark about this stuff. Okay, this is an interesting detail. Your soul is kind of expanded out here. More than we would be aware. It's like your soul is merged with the very air of this space. You don't realize that you're expanded considerably everywhere. You kind of like just like let your soul hang out, okay? And it's like hanging out everywhere. So I'm collecting it and I'm bringing it back inside of you so you can feel like you have yourself all in one place. And like sprawled out everywhere. When I pull your soul back, it actually goes through the solar plexus and then goes through the heart. It's primarily around the chest, solar plexus, heart area, and it comes in and you kind of inhaling it through the lungs. Like there's something about the lungs as well about this. So breathing, bringing yourself back into yourself, feeling contained, feeling grounded, feeling safe in a dark place, in a place that lacks the ability to see. You desire to see. Boy, this is going to be tough. I feel like the information isn't just going to be expressed to me. Like we're going to have to figure some stuff out. So I ask your higher self, okay, this is what I'm witnessing. This is what it means to me. This is the child I'm seeing. This is the upside down adult male, dripping, kind of disturbing, right? Dark underground, hidden cave, hidden things, different perspectives happening simultaneously, getting you grounded, bringing your soul back into yourself, emotion, heart, soul center, inhale, exhale kind of energy here in the lungs. Okay, so I'm asking your higher self, what do we do next? Like where are we going with this? Like, obviously the goal is to see, but there's a major lack of clarity here. It's like trying to make sense of a soundless environment. And you don't have ability to walk, to touch, to taste. Like, I see stuff, but it doesn't matter what I see if it doesn't emit sound. Otherwise, I'm just looking at mannequins or something. Oh, that barrier I had a hard time getting through. Your higher self is on the other side of that barrier as well. Okay, there's a lot to do here. That barrier's thick and it's pretty solid. It's clear material. It's kind of like a pod. It's big. It's the size of this underground cave. It's like in the shape of a Hershey's kiss. And I put my hands on this material. Your higher self puts their hands on this material. And we start to create sound of gongs, sound of vibration. And you can feel vibration. It just goes back and forth really fast or really slow. And then sometimes it's more intense and other times it's vibration. Okay, this is kind of gross. This Hershey's kiss that I described, this pod, it's opening from the top like a closed off flower. But when it opens from the top, it's a bit ripped, okay? So it's like ripping itself open. And when it opens up, yeah, it's like it has petals, that it's ripped open. So it's in pain. To open up is in pain. Your higher self doesn't go to you right away, just lingers, kind of levitating. I'm also lingering, levitating, also on the ground, standing next to you. Somehow does represent your heart. It represents, again, solar plexus, so emotional gut stuff. Inhale, exhale stuff. Okay, ask your higher self, what do we do next? It's just so silent in here. It's just so silent. Okay, activate temperature. So I feel like making this really uncomfortably hot. Like hard to breathe, too humid, uncomfortably hot. It's not going to burn your skin or anything. So heat is also vibration, like heat, cold, it's all vibration. When this place gets uncomfortably hot, it actually gets brighter. And there's this glow of orangey red. You don't really know how to acknowledge that you're a participant in this experience. You'd rather be removed as though this was some sleeping self, just mindlessly found its way here and still sleeping, inactive in a way. We will find out who's the guy hanging upside down, why this. We will find out the child, why this space still. We will get there, okay? So still, it's like clues and solving complex problems that are really hidden in the dark. Like, not just hidden in the dark, you can visibly see stuff, but there's like real detail, missing links here, big time. All right, so ask your higher self, what next? Oh, no wonder you made a list. We're going to crack the outer shell of this place. Hidden underground cave. So whatever is the earth, or like whatever the planetary body is, the material that creates the outer shell, it's just like a tough outer shell. So we're going to crack that, and then we're going to open this whole space up. And that creates fear because it's too much exposure. But what that's going to do is bring in all that energy, source and the universe and spirit guides and angels and extraterrestrials and what have yous, right? Like it's going to bring all that in here. And you want this in, but you also kind of push it away for some reason. Like you want this, but something, it's almost like there's a barrier between I am allowing myself to have the awareness that I am interdimensionally connected and I'm aware of interdimensional communication, versus I don't know how to access that information. I don't know how to, I would like to, don't know how to. So what decides I don't know how to versus I know how to? It's the idea. It's like it's a missing link of awareness, because we all are interdimensionally connected. We all have access to the voice of everywhere, everything, every place, every time, because we're connected to the vibrations of everything, and it just flows through us. Like our soul is a part of everything, so we have access to everything. There's nothing hidden from us. Only the ego would create that kind of wall, you know? So maybe part of the clue is I don't want to be standing in my own way. I don't want a wall up. Let's break down that old ego. I do see. I do interpret. I do understand. I am interdimensionally connected. It's like, here's this language. Now here's this language. It's empowering language versus defeating language. And defeating language sometimes makes a lot of sense, right? But then when we change it to empowering language, it's like, okay, that feels better. Maybe I should be working with that now. We need reminders. Okay. So the only fear truly is just ego. Ego is fear. It's ducks in a row. It's safety, security. It's I know, I understand. It's so much, man. It's so much. I'm going to show you how to do this too. There may be something psychic development involved, because I also feel that while we're looking at a space, we're in a space, it's full of like hidden things. I feel like this somehow represents your crown chakra as well as your third eye, and there's this desire to see, which would be an emotional, a heart-centered, could be even throat, because we're talking about communication. It could be a whole chakra, like there's a desire to see, but it really resonates here as crown and third eye to me. And I want to see, I have access to sight. I am interpreting and experiencing higher wisdom. That's what it's like. So when I crack this bigger shell, this planetary body, that then it encompasses the, we have this cave that's hidden, and then we have this outer shell. You just crack that, send it away, and now we just have this exposure. Everything is just exposed in an interdimensional space. I'm going to see that angels are here, source is here, the universe is here. Inside what was once this container got ripped, opened up like a flower, okay? And then inside that, where you stand now, grounded here to this strange environment, we're going to see, yeah, there's a child here. Yeah, there's still an upside down person levitating there. Blood is still dripping, okay? But we're going to bring in this energy. Higher self is here. Another part of me is here. Another part of me is here. We're going to bring in source. So what is source like? It's this magnanimous love, So magnanimous love is here, paralleling crown chakra and third eye. Also intertwining with emotional gut, heart, and breath, okay? The inhale, the exhale. This is like life, death even. The breath is also the first breath of life and the final exhale of life. Like it's deep stuff here. Breath is deep stuff here. So source, magnanimous love. It kind of looks orangey and yellow. It happens too right now. It looks like a huge ocean of light. And it's just like here, expanded here. Just let yourself know that we've got you. There's nothing you have to figure out right now. We've got you. And just let yourself feel like this is a part of your path, a part of a transformation for chakras that are going to help open you up and help you feel more tuned into being interdimensional, which is going to be so wonderful, you know? Just let that come in, like let magnanimous love, let source come in. No separation. That love is within, around, in every sacred direction of you. And it's so precious, and you are so precious. Like, it's hard for you to just comprehend it in some way, but I take away comprehend and just sense. It's just like, don't comprehend the swimming pool, just jump in and swim. Don't comprehend it, just like jump into it. So this is like a swimming pool, just jump into it, like let it surround you, let it be a part of you. It is also of you, you are of it. It's phenomenal stuff, you know? The universe, like this cosmic structure of material, but it's also like the mind of God, you could say. There's something profound about the universe. And so that's a part of you too, no separation. You're part of Source, you're part of the universe. Spirit guides, how strange. Your spirit guides enter into the picture and they look like a swarm of bees, all right? Really nice, cute, adorable, black, yellow. They're like the big kind of fat ones. That they're really cute, okay? But there's like this swarm of them. There's no threat that there's like many of these bees just coming in here. I guess this was a hurt flower, you know, this flower had to open up, and to open up ripped it. And so it's just like it had to open up, and there was a pain involved with that process. And these bees seem to somehow, these spirit guides want to mend and nurture this flower. That's kind of this pod that you've been inside of. Or trying to turn hidden things into clarity. Activate your crown, your third eye, you know, activate these chakras. The bees are all part of all the petals. And they're just, I guess they're just walking around. They're regular sized bees. Kind of make me think of Trolls movie. Because Trolls movie had this really cute, like they go out into this like treacherous forest of fluffy things. And even the spiders were so adorable. You know, all this like treacherous, scary stuff was just so adorable. These bees make me think of just adorable bees. The most adorable bees I've ever seen. And your spirit guides are these bees. The most adorable bees I've ever seen. It seems to be dancing in some way on the petals of this hurt flower, where you stand at the center of it. You're wanting to heal, and you're wanting to let this energy in. It's part of your life force. Let's bring in angels now. Interesting, because they seem to represent elements. And it's weird, like one of them seems to represent the element of light, which wouldn't that be fire? Or spirit maybe, but it on purpose represents an element defined as light, okay? And the one that represents like earth or soil, grounded earthiness, like the element of the earth, you can call it, is green in color, it glows green. The element of fire is blue. So these angels represent elements. There's a white one, there's this green one, there's this blue one. Then fire is this like hot pink color. Huh. Weird. And then there's this angel. Okay, this doesn't look like an angel though, but it represents water, but it looks more like an elf. Very Lord of the Rings looking. Glows also with a white light, but there's a pale blue about the color. This is a female, and she has like silvery white hair and a super incredible braid. I start to notice small flowers are growing all over the ground, and they're yellow. And the bees have been nurturing these hurt petals of the pod, the original pod. Feels nurtured, feels tended to, are starting to nourish these new growths of flowers that have just come out from within the bigger flower. And they're yellow. So that tells me your spirit guides are wanting to put you at the center and wanting you to feel seen and nurtured and healed. All right, let's look at extraterrestrials. Okay, this is interesting because I start to see mirrors. And many mirrors start to appear, and you're looking at your reflection, and then your reflection appears many, many, many times in what are like many rectangular shaped, tall, skinny mirrors, upright. And these mirrors just start to appear everywhere. So there's like all this reflection. And then they turn into doorways. And through these mirrored doorways, almost like, is it possible your reflection is your doorbell, is your calling card? Obviously, what is the name of your soul? What is the vibration? So the vibration of yourself is your doorbell, is your, is who you are. We'll recognize you by your vibration. And so somehow standing at these mirrors, your vibration went through as a calling card or a signal of sorts. And I see now beings random as all get out, walking through these mirrored doors. And those mirrors disappear. Oh my gosh. You have no idea how much breathability this is. This, again, the lungs, breath, inhale, exhale. This is bringing in so much breathability, the diversity, the intrigue, the adventure, the, oh, I remember you. Oh, it's been a long time. It's like that feeling, spending time with old friends. You need to feel this energy because something, perhaps this also represents the crown. So let's parallel this. Like this space is inside your crown. This space here is inside your third eye. Let's just go all the way with it. The space here is in your throat. All about communication that comes in and goes out. Silent. Actions speak louder than words. Also communication, okay? Throat chakra is a pretty interesting place. This space is also in your throat chakra. This space is in your heart. This space here with all these beings that love you, in your emotional gut. This space is in your sacral chakra. This space is in your root. So now you are encompassed by this space. Your whole aura now is this space. Where is it located? Everywhere. And it's full of healing, it's full of illumination, it's full of love, friendship, memory, and it's full of spirit, angels, it's full of everything. Something is still something about you is still keeping a very tiny layer of distance. And I see your higher self now comes down to the ground. And the me that was out here joins the me that's on the ground. And we all start to sing a song for you. And it's very, it's not punchy or jazzy, or it's just more like tones. It's kind of a choir-like. And we just ask you to inhale these sounds. This isn't your effort here. This is our effort for you. And all you have to do is just relax and receive and inhale these sounds. Okay, as soon as you inhale these sounds, you instantly become this person that is hanging upside down. And this has to be reconciled. So what is this? It's awful. It just represents awful. Stuck, upside down, pain, the blood dripping, So it's awful. Like, how do we? Okay. So while you are a part of this representation of pain, we're still here. And just relax. It's like move this. It's like negative thinking, you could say, and then turn it into positive thinking. It's like I'm not upside down. I'm right side up. I'm not cut or dripping blood anywhere in some disturbing way. No, that I'm healthy. I'm standing upright on my own 2 feet. I'm not stuck. I'm free. I could fly if I want to. I could go anywhere I want. I could go down, I could go up, I could go within, I can go anywhere I want. And I'm not stuck in a morbid situation here. So this energy, it's just like a wiggle worm in your spiritual atmosphere, you could call it. It's just like a wiggle worm in there. And sometimes we have these like little pockets. You come across them. It's kind of like an inevitable thing. Life does this, So it's just like a wiggle worm, a little pocket where maybe the pain was sort of put in this little area, and then we'll just like tuck that in there and close that up and just seal that off. Then sometimes it's time to just be aware of it, sit with it, and then let it go. So that's as far as it's taking me thus far with it, why it's here. And as you're still upside down, but you're shifting to right side up, but you're letting the song in. You're inhaling the song. And the more you inhale the song, you become an odd drip yourself. That is the rope in your body just becomes a big drip. And that drip just falls to the ground here. And instantly goes into the flower, and the flower starts to come to life. And it's not so much a flower as it is petals that create pathways in a garden. It's really unique looking. It's very star-like. A star, it's like you're walking, here's a path, one of the legs of a star, but let's expand it out and make it a little bit magical. There's something very interesting that's a garden in the shape of a star. So this flower is you. It wasn't well. This pain, this wiggle worm needed to return, was also you. Now is nurturing you. You then are being nurtured by more reflections of you and reflections of, because you are source and source is all things. So everything is truly you, but we also get to appreciate the individuality as well. And so it's all the love is here for you. This garden has got trees, flowers, full of bees, spirit guides, adorable spirit guide bees. Higher self is really kosher. Like, I don't know, not trying to be any one thing, or energetically just represents relaxed, represents simple, low key, energetically. And you're rediscovering yourself. And you decide to merge yourself with a flower, this star, this garden, to merge yourself with this because you just want to feel this as a part of you. And you're starting to let yourself want to feel that all of this is a part of you, and it's like you miss it. You're starving for it. You desire it, like it is a part of you. It's inhale, exhale, it's breath again, heart. It's a feeling of it all. It's beautiful. As you could say, it's the sacredness of it all, of it all. And you're grounded in it all, right? It's all this love communication, right? And you're able to see it, and you're able to like receive it from higher vibrational planes. Like it's a part of you, you know? So you're in the center, and you just let yourself become this flower, which is the star, this garden. And you start to feel like more, even, because you are every individual flower now, every blade of grass, every bush, every tree, everything. And it feels wonderful to be of this earthiness. And to support the joy of others who have brought joy into your life. And I see these elemental angels with this elvish woman. I see that we've got light, and we've got earthiness, fire. Where is that air at? Is that like light or something? I mean, it's like, okay, we've got this some random stuff here. It's not how I usually see this. These beautiful beings just emanate. It's just the colors are so unique as well. This white is almost like silvery white. And this green is just, I don't know why it glows more than I'm used to seeing green glow. And we've got this blue, and it's so intense, like this indigo, living, moving, fiery blue. We got this pink. It's this pale blue. I was just looking at them for a while, but it's so hard to keep up, because it just seems like there's rainbow appearing here. There's rainbow. It's not about any specific being representing any specific element. It's just starting to become like rainbow, living representations of rainbow here. A rainbow is such a good, beautiful gift of nature. And now that also is here. It's like the story of Noah, that after this flood there was a rainbow, and it was a sign or a symbol that this type of devastation wasn't going to ever happen again. Something about this rainbow is a sign or a symbol of good things. And so let that in too. Inhale that one. Inhale the songs. Inhale the unusual faces, unusual shapes, faces of all these extraterrestrial beings, reflections of you, reflections of soulmates, reflections of other times, memory. It's reflections. And all this is rehabilitating your crown, okay? Primarily, I feel this here, but it's also a part of all chakras as well. Okay. I'm just like tying this whole thing up. So I'm just sort of like stepping back and asking, the universe, source, like I'm asking if there's anything else I can share with you today. It's about wholeness. It's about you are of the fabric of love. It's about where the true clarity comes from isn't made out of. It's like the image of the swimming pool. We don't have to figure this out. We just jump in. We don't have to figure out how to see. We just are in the seeing through the experience, the sensations. And letting the love flow, and letting the love sing, and letting the vibrations, and letting the reflections, and letting it be strange and random, letting it be colorful, being okay with it being a bit dark, in order to work through that and what that's saying without judgment. and bringing the love in to support you. And to know that the love has been here to support you and is here to support you. I don't feel any barrier. I feel that this is all of you. And it's very nice. It is very nice to feel this. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this session. Thank you so very much. Thank you again for sharing with us here. And for those watching, if I can help you in any way, you are welcome to book a session at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. Open to any goals. We'll navigate it, learn some stuff about you. I can do this live, pre-recorded video. We could do it privately or share it here on YouTube. It's entirely up to you. So you can book a session there at my website. A link will be in the description. Thank you all again, and have a beautiful day.